back to your community. That was very nice.
Christina Carrillo's class begins each day with affirmations. Recognizing the unique strengths of her students is integral to her approach to teaching.
So I really believe that every kid obviously learns different. I really try every time I do a lesson, every single day, to incorporate music, movement, writing, at least 3 or 4 different ways of learning the content.
Students really enjoy learning through games. Trasketball is just one of the ways Ms. Carrillo makes points with her students.
So we read the Justin Bieber story and we walked around and answered some questions, and then you crumble them up into balls, and then she picks on people that are quiet, and then you try to make it in.
So I can tell you that when she's planning her reading lessons, her number one thing is, I want to make it fun so these scholars want to be doing it.
It's good to make things fun because if they're bored, they're not learning. If teachers are bored, we're not being good teachers, and so if it's fun for us, it'll be fun for them.
Teaching has always been an important part of Christina's life. Her own learning struggles fed her desire to be an educator.
School wasn't always easy for me at the beginning, and I had to learn a new way of learning and a way of, figuring out how to be the best that I could be. I went to Robert Wilson Elementary, and it was just an absolute dream there. I always talk about my childhood there as a Wilson All-Star and how we had the most amazing administration and the teachers were phenomenal, and they really sparked that love of teaching in me. My mom, she was a PTA leader on campus, and so I spent a lot of time at my elementary school, and I remember going back into the other classrooms or past teachers' classrooms and helping them set up and, get organized and just learning the different ins and outs of teaching even that young. And ever since then, I would play being a teacher and take the old textbooks home and be teacher to my friends, and, it's just so much fun. I feel like it was a calling in me that I just followed with my whole life.
Well, when Christina came in to interview, she walked in with such confidence, and she just portrayed herself with so many amazing values that I knew she would be an amazing fit for our campus. So she was an easy choice when it came to hiring.
Ms. Carrillo is involved in much more than just her classroom. Colleagues are amazed at her work ethic and ability to balance a busy life.
And, to be a mother of 2 girls, a wife, a daughter, a colleague, a friend, and to be able to balance all that out and come out on top, I think that's what makes it all for her, to see that end goal.
As a teacher, the only way we become good teachers is by continuously learning, and I'm extremely set on that. Just recently, I went back for my master's, still in the field of education, but a little bit more broad of a topic. And I think being a lifelong learner is I think that's a philosophy in and out of education, honestly.
I was really excited because my mom worked really hard to get to this point. She just got out of college for her master's degree in technology, and she's been working really hard for it, so I'm proud of her.
Hard work and rigor are important, but Christina also knows that giving your best does not mean you won't make mistakes.
Of course, not every day is perfect, Kids make mistakes and adults make mistakes. And there's a lot of kids, that don't have that loving home or, woke up that morning and things were rough. And I don't want them to come in the classroom and feel like it still has to be rough.
I love how supportive she is. If you make a mistake, some teachers will be like, why did you do that? You're not supposed to do this. But her, she just wants us to learn from our mistakes. She doesn't care if we make the mistakes. She just wants us to learn from them.
But I want you to give me 100%. And if you give me 100%, I will always give you 100%. And I think that makes a huge impact on their learning. They're not going to want to learn unless they feel respected and comfortable in their environment, and I want that for them.
Christina supports all her students, but some need a little extra.
One in particular that had a rough year and the year before, and I witnessed it, and I saw, that he truly was losing that love of reading and losing that love of coming to school, and you just know you've got to make a difference in their life. You've got to be that person. And when that happens and you see light bulbs going off and you see them come to you and just have a conversation that is nothing to do with what they're learning, you know that you've broken through for them. And that is so important to me. And look, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it.
She's just a natural. She's a natural, and people, like you said, her scholars gravitate to her, and I think it's the same thing as adults.
So how does it feel to be selected Elementary Teacher of the Year?
It's almost like I feel like I don't want to say I don't deserve it, but you see the people you work with and the people that you're around, and you're like, wow, I think this about them, and if they're thinking that about me, I'm just completely honored. It's hard to put in words. It really is. I'm a little speechless, and that doesn't come very often. But I truly just, it's humbling, very humbling, and I'm just so honored, and I can't believe it.